Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner, and I'm pleased today to have as my guest Inga James, who is the Executive Director and President of Hartley House. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Well, why don't you start off by sharing with our viewers a little bit about yourself and the mission of Hartley House.
Okay. I've been with Hartley House for 4 years now and lived in Frederick, my wonderful home city now, for 4 years. I'm loving it here. I came from Montgomery County and had a consulting business down there working with victim-serving organizations, and I'm very happy to be at Hartley House now. And Hartley House is the only organization in Frederick County that provides comprehensive services to survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse, and that's our mission. We also do some prevention work.
I think a lot of people are familiar with Hartley House over the years because Hartley House has been around and is known for doing good work in our community. I think it's important as we raise awareness about sexual assault. What should people do if they think there is violence happening in someone's home?
Well, the first thing that they can do is to call us. If they're not in danger themselves, obviously if they're in danger themselves, they should call 911. But if they're not in danger themselves and they believe that there's abuse in another home or that they've witnessed something, they should call us and try to get some tips from Hartley House. They can call our hotline 24/7 and learn how to deal with these kind of situations.
Okay, what is the hotline number?
It's 301-662-8800.
And is there somebody there all the time?
Round the clock. We answer the phone round the clock.
Okay. So if you know somebody that you think may be in a situation and maybe doesn't really feel comfortable sharing it, don't you think suggesting to others to call that number is a good idea as well?
Absolutely. We work on the empowerment model, so we really want to hear from the survivors themselves, but we want to know that they want to make their recovery work.
Now, what do you do to help prevent sexual assault and domestic violence?
We have a lot of prevention activities in the community where we do public awareness training and education for professionals about how to identify indicators of sexual assault and sexual abuse in children and in adults, what to do if you are working with somebody who has been a victim of sexual assault. We also have a bystander intervention training program where we teach people how to interrupt a sexual assault that might be happening in real time or interrupt some of the behaviors that may lead up to sexual assault. So that bystander intervention training is something that all of us can partake of and to learn how to intervene in these situations.
Okay, so you offer those training classes to the general public?
Absolutely. All you got to do is call our hotline.
Okay, and you can find out when and where, huh?
Exactly.
All right, very good. So people are always interested in knowing about the trends and, whether, we're making progress in terms of this issue.
It's really hard to know whether we're making progress. And the reason that I say that is because there's so much that's underreported. So many cases of sexual assault never make it to the police department, much less the prosecutor. Because people are just too stigmatized to report it. So it's hard to know what the trends are because of that, and also because with an increase in awareness, which is what we hope we're providing to the community, comes an increase in reports. And so even though reports are going up and we know they're going up, that might be just because there's increased awareness amongst victims and an increased feeling of safety to report it.
Okay. So what can people do to help support Hartley House?
Well, we always take donations, monetary donations, but we also have on our website a list of non-perishable goods and emergency goods that we need for our shelter. So you can go onto the website at hartleyhouse.org and get a list of the different items that we need. We also are always looking for really dedicated volunteers. We have volunteers on our hotline. We have volunteers at our community events. We also have child care volunteers and administrative volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering, also go to our website and you can learn how to do that.
And there's something for everyone to do.
That's
in that
right.
regard. So now I know you go out and have events to raise awareness and to also raise money. Do you have any events coming up?
We do. We have our Affair of the Heart Gala coming up on May 18th. It's going to be at the Delaplane, and we're going to honor former police chief Kim Dine. And we're really excited to be able to honor him because he was such a friend to Hartley House when he was here with the police department.
Yes, he really did community policing, and I think people felt that he really supported our community in many ways.
I think that's very true.
So, is there anything else you want to tell us about Hartley House and about the comprehensive set of services that you offer to people?
Thank you. We suffer under the misunderstanding a lot that we're just one thing to people, that we're just a shelter or that we're just a hotline. But we actually provide a comprehensive series of services, including legal services, counseling services. We have an abuser intervention program. We have a medical accompaniment program where we help people through the forensic examination at the hospital. And so we try to serve all the needs of an individual who comes to us for services.
Yeah, and I know each of those services is an important component of the whole. So people definitely need to have that legal support to get through the legal implications of the situation they're in. And people need that emergency shelter and then that stability for how to move forward and to, take back their quality of life and take control of their situation and move back into a stable situation.
Exactly.
And that's always easier said than done.
Yes, it is.
So, and I know there's lots of people who can help along the way. Obviously, your professional staff, but there's volunteers who can help throughout that process as well.
Yes.
To help people be successful in our community. And I do think we're very blessed to have a community that cares and a community that's generous. And I would also guess that you have a good working relationship with a number of other nonprofit human service agencies in the county who can fit into different pieces of this puzzle.
Yes, we work very closely with other nonprofits.
So if people want to get more information about Hartley House, how would you think they should do that?
Well, there are two ways. You can go, there are probably more than two ways, but one way is to go to our website at hartleyhouse.org or to call our hotline at 301-662-8800 and just ask questions.
Okay, very good. Now, we do know that it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
And any plans for raising awareness?
Yes, we actually have a city proclamation that's coming out in April. We also have a clothesline project that we're working on in conjunction with Mount St. Mary's, which is an interactive exercise that people can respond to different situations by posting different comments about different scenarios.
Okay.
And so the comments are then left up to be examined by everybody. And then we are doing a Denim Day on April 25th to collect money for sexual assault awareness.
Okay, so what is Denim Day?
Well, everybody gets to wear denim to work, but they have to pay a fee in order to do that.
Because it's a special privilege.
Because it's a special privilege, that's right.
Well, it's very nice to have you on the show. I appreciate all the good work you do to help people in our community and help people be successful.
Thank you, Jen. It was great to be here.
All right. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Community Conversations. I hope you learned a little bit about Hartley House. If you know someone who you think could benefit from calling the hotline, please encourage them to feel comfortable to do so. They can get advice for free and get any kind of assistance they might need. And if you want to volunteer and do something meaningful in the community, go to hartleyhouse.org and find out how you can get involved and support people helping people in Frederick County. Thank you for joining us.